Okay, so I thought I'd just press record and then I'm just going to press post, and there's going to be no editing involved in this. But this is just more so not a rant, but just of talking to the camera and to myself and to think about why we do what we do, especially with PB. But I don't want to make this about PB, but PB is my life, so it's a bit strange. I'm trying to make a video that's about me when you that have followed me and have followed me for years have probably seen the changes I've gone from when I was like that, literally like 2.5 years ago, to where we are now, where I'm applying the same mental attitude of insane obsession and dedication to building a brand compared to building my body. And you're probably wondering, like, what is all this for? And those maybe from a distance probably see it and they probably think, another guy working hard, why do you work? You work for money, and that's probably the reason why. But those that know me closely know that that couldn't be further from the truth. If I wanted to make money, I would have done what I did 2 years ago, when I didn't have a team that I'd now built myself into a company where I now have to work to provide for other people, or if they don't work, then they don't provide for us as a team. So yeah, I've built myself into that role where I could have just lived with a lot more freedom and a lot more money compared to what we are right now. But the reason that I do what I do is because I know there's a massive problem. And I believe that we can solve it. I really do. And the problem is in the industry that, especially with social media now, and you've seen me partake in this as well, with creating content, reels, whatever it is on social media. It's probably the worst place to put this, but it's all to draw an attention. Everyone knows about clickbait. That even started with YouTube years back. And everyone's trying to say or do the most outlandish thing to capture your attention, because every single person's attention is now diminishing by the years. As the years go on, the more things we're exposed to, the less we can focus and attention, and the more that everyone seems to self-proclaim that they have ADHD, which no doubt is a result of you training yourself to get into that state. And that's not a hit on the minority that actually do have it diagnosed. But yeah, I just feel that in the fitness industry itself, the problem is people trying to capture attention with a lot of things that are contradicting each other, because coaches, PTs are trying to fight with each other online to capture the people's attention that are confused about all this information, so that they can then sell them the services of giving them the correct information, which tends to be just opinions based off either what's got them in shape, which doesn't apply to the masses, or what may have got other people in shape but yet may be flawed in terms of how it's actually delivered. So that is why I believe we can solve it, because we can solve it from both sides of things. We can do what we believe in, first of all, which is we need to play the game and be pretty good at the marketing side of things, which is giving you the content that does capture your attention, but with good information, just by making it something that is still going to draw your attention, but then giving you some value at the back end of it. The reason I'm not afraid to talk about these approaches as well is because we are doing it from a morally good standpoint, because at that point then we can offer you something extremely valuable, something that you actually ask for. So we're not giving you something that you don't want, because otherwise why would you want it? Why would you download something for free? Why would you go online and even partake in a free training plan or a free training course or anything like that if you don't want to do it? You're shouting out to us, or you're asking us questions about something, and we're just delivering that as a result. And then off the back of that result, you're then realizing that the thing you thought you needed is not the thing that you actually needed. It's what you thought you needed, but we knew that in the first place, but we wanted to give it to you because it's what you've asked for. And then off the back end of that is when you actually start to realize, right, what I actually need is someone to work with me on a one-to-one basis, which was why I know this works, because we've done it for literally 10 years now. I've done it myself. I've done it for 10 years. And over the course of that, it's developed into what has now become a gym, and then a company off the back end with our academy, where we are now growing a team. And of course, we know for a fact with what we do, because we solve a problem on the coaches side, which I'm not going to talk about right now, where we can bring them in as a team and make sure that they are brought up to operate at a standard that we hold, but also we can educate them and solve a lot of their problems as well, so they enjoy being part of PB, and with the mission that we have to help as many people as possible, because they need the help. Because if they didn't need the help, there wouldn't be an obesity and a mental health crisis right now, but there is. So yeah, there's a real need for it, and that's why I don't have a problem talking about it. That's why I don't have a problem just making videos like this, telling you exactly why we do what we do, why we work so hard. But hopefully that answers a lot of questions, because I feel like people have watched me from afar. I built a following, I built an audience when I was doing all of that back in the day. Not the board shorts, that was first ever one, right? But the big stuff at the top there. Yeah, I think you've seen me potentially come through those ranks, and maybe you questioned why we've gone down this route of just working our socks off to do this. And trust me, if I wanted an easy life, I wouldn't do this. I'm not the one painting the lavish lifestyle. I'm not the one that's going out there and trying to portray that I'm living the dream, because I'm far from it. And if anyone else wanted to step into my life for a couple of days, they probably would realize that it's really not what they probably may think it is. From sometimes, yes, you get to see the odd trips away and stuff like that, but even the way that I go about doing that, like I've just come back from Vegas and I asked my father if there was if it's actually nightclubs that people go there for, because we didn't see one. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to get out there, because I do feel sometimes the further I've pushed down this now and the more successful we've become, I felt like a miscommunication between the content that we've been putting out online, and that's about to change. So I'm going to go back to my roots as well, which all of this came from a passion for the actual fitness side, the training and nutrition, and I want to deliver more information on that, because I've just spent today now, new coaches come on board, and we've been engrossed in conversation about training and nutrition. Lots of debates and conversations, questions back and forth, when setting people up, when setting clients up, and it's just really made me realize how we can talk about this for hours, and we just need to showcase that, because this is what's happening on the back end. I don't know if you've seen the offices we've showcased on our stories lately, but we've invested in offices, we've invested in building all of this so we can have a real facility and build a real company. And I think you seeing that behind the scenes would really make you realize that this is something that's worth being a part of, because we are doing this from a morally good standpoint. We're not here trying to just make a quick buck, or just be part of paying our way, or just making a living. This is something that I'm prepared to die for, and it's something that I know if we can make a minor impact, I'd love to make a major impact on the UK's the mental and physical health. If we can improve that as a whole, but I know I can't do it alone. I'd be egotistical to think that I could do it alone. That's why I know I need to invest upfront. Like I always say, make the sacrifices on the upfront in the short term to hopefully see the long-term reward. My sacrifice on the upfront is a lot of pain, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of struggles, a lot of financial investment to make this thing possible, to build a team, to build and attract people that are hardworking and better in some areas, in a lot of areas than I am, so that we can actually have the expertise we need to make this possible. But wow, it's 8 minutes long. Yeah, that's the type of content I actually really want to make, so I'm going to start making that on YouTube. This is me just being able to talk about things, and if I can do this with maybe some fancy marketing like whiteboards we've got, and some stuff like that to actually showcase it a little bit more, PowerPoint presentations, more seminars, more webinars, whatever it is you want, I'm going to do that on YouTube, because that's where I prefer to do my stuff. Me stimmed up after 3 coffees shouting at you on Instagram is not the me that I really am for the most part. So yeah, I think I'm just going to leave this on Instagram. I don't even know if you'll see it because of the way the algorithm is, but yeah, hopefully this does resonate with a few of you, and you start to realize why we're doing what we're doing. But this is why we're doing everything we're doing with PB. And I'm trying not to tie myself in totally with my personality being PB, but it really is. Don't stop thinking about it from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed every single day. Yeah, so that's my life, and hopefully if you think this is worth following, and hopefully we can help you in some sort of way, then it might be worth you sharing our profile to a friend or tagging your friend in this, and it'll be worth seeing what we can do. Yeah, hopefully it's going to be big. Thank you for following.